Hello everyone, we are from United with Ukraine. My name is Anastasia and this is Ina. Ina is working with sponsorship for Uniting for Ukraine program for Ukrainian refugees. And I know so many of you asking how can we be sponsors for Ukrainians. So I have questions for Ina. Ina will answer questions and you kind of will know what's your responsibility, how can you be a sponsor. You really need sponsors for Ukrainians, so please listen, and if you can be a sponsor, do it. Okay, Inachka, thank you so much for what you're doing, and can you please explain what sponsors should know when sponsors want to be a sponsor?
So there are a few steps really to sponsoring somebody. First one obviously is going to be the legal status of the person that is applying. They have to be legal residents in the United States of America. That can be, first of all, obviously U.S. citizens, but it can also be green card holders. They can be also asylum status, as well as student visas and people like that. There is also financial responsibility. Obviously, I know that many of you know there's requirements for financial income, certain financial income. You would need to submit W-2s for the previous year. And the financial income is not that big, really. The rough numbers, the rough formula is $25,000 for the person that is sponsoring and the person that they're sponsoring, so 1 for 1. Now, if you have a family, that number changes because now you're having more dependents. So if, for example, you have a husband and a wife and a child, so it's $5,000 per dependent. So a husband, a wife, and a child, that's going to be $30,000 for the family before they start sponsoring a person. If their income is $35,000, then they can afford to sponsor one person. If that number is increasing, then obviously they can sponsor more people, and so on.
What kind of responsibilities on sponsor? Is that too serious? Like what we know, so sponsors should be responsible for Ukrainians for 2 years, or it's optional? How does that works?
So this is obviously a new program. There is nothing for sure or 100%. We can't guarantee. We're not legal advocates or anything like that. But we have consulted with attorneys, and a few attorneys actually, and they say that the agreement that you sign is a non-binding agreement, meaning it's not going to stand in a court of law. Yes, the language itself is pretty strict and pretty tough, because the United States of America doesn't want people who will come to the U.S. to become dependent on the government and the government programs. But, and so they say that legally you'll be signing papers saying that you are taking up responsibility for financial, medical, and housing these people in order to integrate them into the society. But like I said, legally they say that this cannot be held up in a court of law. Now, we always recommend and encourage people to get in touch and personally talk to the people that they will sponsor and discuss these questions, the expectations and their capacities to either get a job, do they have education, what are their plans when they come to the US, are they looking for sponsors just nominally, meaning doing the paperwork, do they actually need financial assistance because they have nothing and nobody. That's something to really consider when you're making that decision.
Okay, so this is the main questions, I believe, right?
Some people actually wonder if the sponsors need vaccines, and no, sponsors do not need to be vaccinated to sponsor. People who are coming to the US need to prove their vaccination status. It's something that we ran across. That's not true that you need vaccinations in order to sponsor somebody.
Okay, anything else you need to know?
I think we forgot to mention in the Russian video, but the process starts with actually the sponsor. So that once we establish the sponsor starts the process. So we have people who are waiting on sponsors because they cannot get into the US or get their immigration paperwork or process started until we have enough sponsors.
Okay, thank you so much. And guys, if you want to be a sponsor for Ukrainians, please contact us. Do we have people in our camp who still need sponsor?
Yes, we have about 14-15 people. That number always changes because it's fluid number. People are coming. We just have a family arriving, fresh family, so they will need to have sponsors established. And then some sponsors fall through with this, what we call their paperwork didn't go through for some reason, for various reasons. So those numbers are always changing, but there is a need for sponsors. If you're able and willing, please let us know. We need you. And yes, may God bless you guys.
God bless you. Please contact us if you want to be a sponsor. Thank you.